Hi guys, this is Tamara of Tamara Fashion Style and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a long time since I didn't upload any video, but trust me guys, soon I'll be uploading some new video. My computer is still down. I'm still waiting on the parts to fix it, so that's why I am not getting to upload any video, because all my information is on this computer that I use to do my videos. So that's why you guys ain't seeing me uploading anything new often, is because my computer's still down. So you guys be patient with me and soon I'll be uploading new video. So I'm happy that I'm here and I'm happy to see all of you. So thank you guys for being so patient with me, and thank you for all the love, all the comment, all the encouragement. You guys are the bomb. Now today I decided to give you a little video, not nothing too long. So let's get into it. Today I'm going to show you how to make a surgical mask. Now you look for a lot of see how to make masks. Some would be easy, some would be difficult. Now I was trying to make this mask all along. I see this mask, I saw this mask, I like the style, I like everything. But when you look to see how to really do this mask or draft this mask or cut out this mask, is a whole heap of complicated situation and a whole heap of complicated video they're showing you. So today I decided to show you how to go about doing this mask that I really love. So this is the mask that I love, with these two ears that is sticking out. I call it the ears. It's two it go over your nose and it go under your chin, and I really love this mask. So I decided to show you guys how to do it very easy and quick. So let me show you what the mask look like. So you put it on your face. The mask is like a bird. I really like it. You see how it open, the mouth open like a bird. So I really like how it is. I don't know why, I just love it. So I'm going to put it on and I'm show you which one. So you put it to your face. I really love this mask. I in love with this mask. I don't know if it's just the style, but it take my face. It look good, it look nice, it look, you know, I really love it. And then it comfortable, it breathable. It is not too stuffed to your face because it have this extra piece up here where you can breathe freely. You can either bring it down where you can breathe freely. So I love this mask, and this is the mask I'm going to show you how to make. So if you want to see how to make this mask, stay tuned and let's go to the tools that you will need to make this mask. If you guys make the mask, please let me know. If you like this video, please leave the comment below. Please subscribe and share my channel so that others can benefit as well. So here is the mask that we are going to make. So let's get started in making this. I call it the board big mask. So what we're gonna need, so let's get started in making this mask. Okay guys, the item you will need to make this mask here, as I said, I call this the board beak mask. I like how it going like a board beak. I can opening and closing. I really love this mask, as I said. So I will show you how to begin making this mask the easy way. So for make this mask, you will need some tools. Now you would need some fabric. Now you can make this mask with any fabric you desire. Right? You can make it with any fabric you want, you can make it with. So I have a variety of fabric I could make this mask with, but I will make this mask in this color here. Since I have it in a black already, I would make it in this color here, which I really love this fabric. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you what you need. So you would need fabric, you would need a plate. Now this is simple, right? You would need a plate. Now the size to fit my face, you will need this plate here. Now if you have your husband or your boyfriend or whoever, and his face kind of thick like my husband face kind of fatty, thicky, a thick face, right? So I use this platter to make his mask, and then I add about an inch around it to give him a full coverage. Now I'm going to show you both masks, how to make it from this and how to make it from this one. So first we're going to start off with the plate. So you will need 2 plates, one for your size, one for your husband's size. You're going to need a scissors. You're going to need something to mark with. You're going to need a ruler, right? And you're going to also need a measuring tape for us to measure. So, and you're going to need some elastic, and you're going to need some pins and your sewing machine. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to cut out the one with this plate here. So we'll get our plate and we will get our fabric. All we need to do for this mask, it's not complicated. Some people make it so difficult with this drafting and all these things. All I did was get this plate and put it down onto this fabric. Make sure your fabric fold in 2. So we have it in 2, make sure it fold in 2, right? If you need a lining for this fabric, you can go ahead and just cut one of this fabric if you need a lining for the fabric, okay? So this is what you have to do with this. So since I don't need any lining for my fabric, I'm go ahead and I will put my plate, or as I said, you need a lining, just cut one piece of this fabric and one piece of the lining if you need it that way. All right, so we're gonna get that. Make sure your fabric is on 2. Let me repeat, 2 pieces. Make sure it's on 2. All right, and you're gonna make sure your fabric, and you're gonna also need an iron for this as well. So you're gonna place your plate here. You're gonna get your marking tool. In fact, I'm going to use something white so you guys can see my marking tools. So I'm going to use a chalk and I'm going to mark this out. I'm going to mark this out. I'm going to mark this out. So we get this. This one is for me, right? So I'm going to cut this piece here. I'm going to cut this right away around here, right? I'm just going to cut this. Now if you want it cover your face more, just add a little allowance around it, which I find my own is just fine for me, right? So I'm going to cut this out. And this is mine. So I have 2 pieces here. Now I'm going to flip this on the wrong side like this, and now here is where the measuring tape come in, right? Now what we're going to do, I'm going to fold this like this. I'm going to fold this and I'm going to make a crease like that. Make a crease with your hand like this. Open back the fabric, and now we're going to make some marking. Let me get my measuring tape. So I got my measuring tape, and now we're going to do some marking. So what I'm going to do from this, the center that I fold, I'm going to measure out 2.5 inches, which I will put a mark right here. Right, so 2.5 inches from the fold line that I did. So from the fold line again, 2.5 inches here, right here. Or if you want, you can do 2.5, good enough for me. So on the other side, I'm going to measure out 2.5 inches as well and make a mark. 2.5 inches, and we're going to make a mark. Now we're stitching from this marking here. Let me get this color chart. we stitching from this marking here to this marking right here on a 1/2 inch seam allowance to this marking here. We're gonna back stitch, so we stitching wrong. Then we coming back to this marking and we stitching from here to here. So you back stitching here and you continue stitching when you meet here, back stitch and stop. So we leaving these two ends open to put the elastic. So I'm going to cut the one for my husband now. Let me show you what I use. Let me show you the method in doing this one with the plate, right? So this is the plate that I have here that I want to make for him, right? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get this fabric here. I'm using a light blue fabric. You can use any fabric that you want to use. All right, you can use any fabric you want. So this is the fabric I have on hand right now. So I'm gonna take this and I'm going to fold this fabric in half like this. Fold it in half. Want to fold it in half, smooth it out, and I'm going to use this plate here and I'm going to draw this round for him. Draw it round and I'm going to cut it out. So I'm going to cut this out. If you want, you can add a seam allowance like what I did for him. I just draw in a seam allowance around the edge here because his face kind of thick. And I just draw in a seam allowance to give him a little more room. Just eyeball it. And you just draw it in to suit like that. So now I'm going to cut this out, which is 2 pieces I have here. All right, so you're going to cut this out. Cut it out. And here is the one for him. So I'm going to smooth this up properly. Because it must be round to get it how you want. Now since this fabric ain't got a right or a wrong, I can do it the same way. So I'm going to fold this like this. Make the crease, and I'm going to open it. Then since this is a marking we can't see, I have to fold this again, and maybe I'd have to mark this like this. So what I can do is put a little snip here, not too big snip, just to remind me where the marking are. Put a little snip there, and then I will open this back and I will put the mark here, slightly open this, and I'll put the mark here, right? So you have the 2 mark here. So what you need to do now is get your measuring tape and you measure out 2.5 inches. For the men is the same thing, 2.5 inches, because it's for the ears. 2.5 inches. 2.5, 2.5. And now you're gonna go to your sewing machine and we're gonna stitch from here right away round here. So let's go to the sewing machine and let's stitch this. Let's get the sewing machine, which is here. So now seeing that you have your sewing machine and everything stitched up, what we're gonna do now, as I said, we're gonna mark. Remember, we marked 2.5 inches from this middle section here. So from this middle section, remember, we fold the fabric. So we fold the fabric, so we're gonna do the marking from this middle section here. Remember, from this middle section, we mark off 2.5 inches from this fold line here, 2.5 inches, and then we come 2.5 inches on each side. So from the middle line, fold it, create a crease, and if you want, you draw the line and you measure out 2.5 inches here, 2.5 inches here. Same thing goes for here, 2.5 inches, 2.5 inches, and you make your mark. So we go in and we stitch in. So we have our two fabric right side together, right? Remember, this is right side together. So we have our fabric like this, right side together, and we're gonna stitch from here, back stitch from here, go to this line here. We're gonna back stitch and stop. Then we're gonna come and we're gonna stitch from here, back stitch, stitch, back stitch, and stop here. And then we're gonna turn this. So let's get our sewing machine and we're gonna sew. So I'm gonna start from this line here and I'm gonna sew it. I'm gonna sew it, 1/2 inch seam allowance. I'm gonna back stitch and I'm gonna stitch all the way around. When I reach to the next mark, when I meet the next marking, I'm going to stop and then continue to the next one. So I'm going to back stitch. I reach one of the marking and then I'm going to pull it out. Let you guys see. Before I continue, I'm going to clip. So you see, I stitch from this end to this end. Now I'm going to go and sew from this end to this end. And I'm going to stop. So I'm going to take this out. And this is what our pattern will look like with the two opening in the side here. So we have two opening to turn this. So I'm going to stitch the next one. Same way. See, we have two here, two marking right here. So I'm going to do that. Fix it. Let's fix this. And I'm going to put my mark in. And I'm going to sew it in place. So I'm sewing from this marking here, come all the way to this marking, and then from this marking to that marking. Back stitch. 1/2 inch. Remember, it's 1/2 inch seam allowance. This is a mask I always won't like. And now I reach here and I'm going to stitch. I'm going to back stitch. Stop. And then you clip your thread. So you have this one here. So remember, we stitch in one marking, come to this one, right? And we stop. So now I'm gonna stitch from this one here right to this one here. I'm going to back stitch. And I'm going to take it out. I'm going to move my machine aside. So we have two openings on the side. So we have the two opening right here. You have two opening right here to turn this. Right? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna turn this. Turning this over. Make sure it turn over properly. And we will go and we will press right away around. Make sure you get out these inner seams properly, and we're going to press right away around. So we got to iron this one here. So before we iron, we're going to turn over this one as well. This one is for my husband. So we're going to turn this. This is the one with the bigger platter. So we're going to turn this over like this. Make sure it turn over. You can make these with any fabric you wish to. Make sure everything out. And you're going to get your iron, and we're going to iron it. We're going to iron this fabric. Iron it out properly. So you're going to take this piece here, and we're going to iron it inside. Fold it in like this, like a 1/2 inch. Fold it in. I'm going to fold it, folding in the raw edge. Like that. Make sure the raw edge here, fold in neat and nice. Same with here. And we're going to iron that. This is a kind of silky fabric, so you have to take your time with it, and you want to iron this as well. Let's fix this in properly so that no raw edge won't be showing. You want to do this as neat as possible, and you're going to iron it. Ironing this one. And you're going to hold that down. Now what I hold that down with, instead of pins, I get some hair clip, because some fabric can't take pin, and I hold it down like this. Some hair pins. And then I press it. Get that wrong. And I will do the same with this one here. Now you want to clip your thread. Fold it in. Press it. Flip it. It's much easier. And then you fold this one in as well. This is a slippery fabric. You can bring it with a slippery fabric. And then we're gonna fold. Press it out properly. So I'm going to rest this aside. I'm going to put this here pin on this one to hold it, because this fabric kind of slippery. And I'm going to rest this aside. Now we will press this one. Make sure everything out. This is mine's. press this. And now I'm going to fold this in like that. Press it. Then fold this one in like this. And I'm going to press it. Make sure it's even. I'll do the same for this one. Fold it in. Press. Fold the other one in. And we're going to press it. Make sure it's folding properly. And we're going to press it. Now we're going to get our elastic. Now I always use black elastic. The reason why is because the elastic don't get dirty. Now I use 13 centimeter elastic. So I get my centimeter ruler and I use 13 centimeter, not 13 inches. Because this is the inch part of the measuring tape, and this is the centimeter part. So I'm not using the inch part. I'm using the centimeter part, and I get my elastic and I measure out 13 centimeter, and then I add 2 centimeter for putting on both sides. So I add 2 centimeters, so in all is 15 centimeter. I cut my elastic. So I cut 4 pieces of elastic, 15 centimeter. I do the same for my husband because he don't like his mask fitting too big. 15 centimeter. So I'll cut 4 pieces of elastic, 15 centimeter long. So this is my elastic here. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to move this ironing board aside. I'm going to bring my sewing machine. Let me just move the iron. I'm going to bring the sewing machine and I'm going to insert the elastic here. So we're going to insert this elastic and we're going to stitch here. Insert this elastic here. And we're going to stitch. So remember 1 centimeter inside. So we're going to stitch this down. And we're going to stitch this. So this is the one elastic already stitched. Is something like a baking pan. So this is one elastic already stitched. So we're gonna do the next one. I'm gonna stitch that. So we stitch in from one end, back stitch, one end right over to the next end and back stitch. Insert my elastic. And we have our elastic secure. So this, like, you see the flap? You see what the flap, what I talking about look like? So I'll show you how to make that flap. So let me do my husband one. The same way we insert in the elastic with the 2 open piece. One here. And one here as well. All right. So I'm going to cut one longer. That one looks short. I'll have to cut this longer. That one was folded up, so I didn't see it cut short. So we're gonna insert this one of these elastic, and we're gonna stitch the same way as how we stitch the first one. Insert back my elastic. I'm gonna move my hair clip. One finish. Let's do the next one. Remove our hair clip. See how easy the hair clip is to remove? Then pins, and I have a hole in my fabric. So I'm gonna stitch again. Insert my elastic at the next end. Now we're gonna rest our machine aside, and here is where the flap comes in. So clean up your thread. So we have our flap. So it could be like a hammock or right. So now what we need to do, we need to press this like this. We're gonna bring in one end here. Look at me. Let me repeat it. Let me do it on this one here so you guys can see. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna bring in one end here. We're bringing in one end here. This is the flap. Here we making. So we're turning up one end here. Turning up this next end here to overlap here. So we overlapping this piece here, right? So this piece gonna be underneath. We overlapping that, and we're gonna press that. So we overlapping it, and we have to press it. So you're overlapping it, and you're gonna press. Pressing it like that. So you see, this is what it will look like, right? When we finish now, we're gonna fold it, take it, fold it, so we have our overlap. You see our two flap? You could overlap any one you want. If you want to overlap this one, or you want to overlap this one. So we're gonna fold this like this now. So after we have our overlap, fold, fold, press. We're gonna fold it back like this. Remember our overlap. And we're gonna fold this back like this. Fold it, make sure it line up properly. We're gonna fold this, and you're gonna give it a press. You're making a crease. So when you get a crease, you're gonna open it. You see where the two creases? We're gonna mark it. So let me get my chalk. Fold it back if you lost the crease. And we're gonna mark it here. We're gonna mark it here. So that's what we mark in there. When we're done, we're gonna fold it this way again. You're folding it. Remember, we fold it this way, and we give it a crease, and we mark, right? So we're gonna fold it this way again here, right? Let me repeat and show you. So this is the marks you create like the pan, right? Or like a hammock. So after you put on your elastic, and so you come and you fold it. If you want, you could give it a press. You fold it, make sure it overlap on one. Any side could overlap. You press, then you fold it again. You press and create a seam like this. Then you get your chalk and you mark where the seam create, right? Where you create the seam. All right, press down back the flap. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna flap this over again. We're gonna fold this in half like this. to create the board wing light, the board beak. Make sure it line up properly. And we're going to press to create a seam. So we're creating a seam again. And you're going to mark here. And you're going to mark here. Now, the same plate. The same plate that you get to use to cut out this, you have to get the same plate to mark it out. Or if you have this curve rule, you can just come and curve it like this. Right? If you have the curve rule, you can curve it. You can just make a curve line and curve it down like that. Right? You can curve it like this, but I prefer to use the plate. So I'm going to get my plate and I'm going to line it up like this. From this marking here to this marking here. And I'm going to draw in that line. So I'm going to draw in this line here. Let me use this pencil. I'm going to draw in this line here. Connect that line. Let me just sharpen this chalk here so you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to draw in this line here. I connect in this line to this line. Right, so it's like a circle. Then I'm going to come and connect this to this line here. I'm going to connect it. And I'm going to connect the next side. So connecting from this to this. And then I'm going to connect from this to this. So this is the connection you have. So where you're going to start stitching from, we're going to stitch from this end here to this end and then straight around to this end. Then we're going to stitch right away around to this end and back stitch. That is what we're going to do. Let me repeat. So we're stitching from one end right away around here to meet back where we start and back stitch and we finish. Let me show you how I do it. Let me move the iron. So I'm going to get my machine and we are stitching. So I'm going to start at this end here. So I'm going to start at this end with my pressure foot and I'm going to sew. Back stitch. So you're sewing down the flap for the marking you make. So when I meet the next end, I'm going to lift my pressure foot and turn my fabric so that I can get to go over the next end. So it's like a circle like you're stitching. You meet the end where you begin your back stitch and you stop. Right? My needle so you continue sewing. When you meet the end, you back stitch and you take it out. So we're going to put this aside. Clip your thread. So you get your flap. So I'll show you how to do the wing just now. So this is all you have to do for this. We're going to rest this aside and we're going to do the next one. Let me show you how to do the next one. This is the husband on. So the husband on doing the same way to your own. So you get your husband on and you fold, you do the flap like this. Same way. You overlap it like that. any side you want to overlap, like this. Make sure it overlap properly. If you want, you could overlap it this way as well. You press it, give it a press, and now we gonna fold it this way, folding it this way, and we are also giving it a press this way here. And we're giving it the marking, mark, mark. Let's press back out this flap that's coming up. You're gonna fold this back like this, same way, and we're gonna create a crease. You're gonna open it and you're gonna mark. Now, the same plate you use to cut this out, use the same plate to mark it. So, we're going to mark it with the same plate. So, we're connecting this line to this line. Same plate we use. And then this line to this line. Use the same plate, connect the lines, then turn it around, this to this line to this line, and then this line to this line. We'll remove these plates. Now we finish with the plates, and now you're stitching from one end right away around till you meet the next end. Now I have to put the pin on this because of how it's sliding. Alright, so I'll use a hairpin on this on both sides until I'm ready to remove it. So we're gonna go and we're gonna sew it. So we're stitching from this side right away around where we make all the connecting. Don't stitch on your elastic. See what's going on here. Something is not right here. So you're taking your mask and you're putting the elastic behind the you're not stitching on the elastic. So you turn, you have to insert your needle, and then we begin sewing this mask in place. Remove whatever you use, if it's pin or hair pins like me. Reach the next end. Lift our presser foot, and we're gonna turn. I'm gonna continue sewing. Remove our pins. Next side, back stitch, and now we're gonna take this out. Clip your thread. So we finish with the machine. So now it's time to iron and get this intact. So this is what your mask look like. So you see a stitch down the flap or the board, beak, or whatever you want to call it. So this is what our mask will look like. Right? This is what it look like. So we gotta press this now. So we're gonna get our ironing board and we're gonna press this. We're gonna press that. Make sure you clean up your thread. Sure you clean up all your thread. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna open this flap. So this is the flap here. So we opening it like this, clip out the thread, and we're gonna bring it like this over here. So this, see the two flap come out in the end, and we press in it. So this how we get that mask. So this is what the mask will look like. When you're ready, you fold it back in and you just fold it up like that. If you want, you can wear it just as this, or you can wear it with your flap like that. So this is your flap. This is one. This is for my husband, and this is for me. So I'm gonna press mine. I'm gonna open my flap. This is my flap here opening, and I'm going to put it like this to create that nice looking board mouth. So you're gonna pull that out, pull it out, and this what your mask look like. So now this is what the board mouth mask that I had on will look like. I'm going to put it on, let you guys see how it look. Alright, and we're all done. So you create two masks, one for you and one for your husband, and you have two masks. So this is what the masks them look like. So you have your two masks, husband, wife. So I hope you enjoy this tutorial. So this is your two masks you end up with. Okay guys, so I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial, and now I'm going to try on the mask for you, for let you guys see what this mask look like. So I'm going to put my own on. So this is the mask with the board, because I show you how I like this. I just love how this mask going like a board big. So now what you need to do, one flap going over your nose and one going under your chin. So you do like this, one over your nose, one under your chin, and then you create this lovely look. So you can pull it out how you want. So this is what this mask look like. If you find hair too big, just go and give it like a little pleat like that. But my own, I find it okay where I can get the breed inside, and I love this mask. I'll be making more color. So this is the only mask you'd see me in, because it have that piece that you can breathe freely. It is not tight to your face. You can make the elastic as big as you wish, as you wish. So this is what the mask look like. So this is mine. So this is what the mask, the board big. So you fold it like this, and you get this look here. So this one gonna be very big for my face, because this is my husband own, but I will still try it. This will be very big for my face, just to show you how bigger it would be, but it all look the same. So this is for my husband, that is way bigger than my face. So this is just his face, right? So that's what the bigger mask look like. This is for them. So use the bigger plate for your husband and use the smaller plate for you. So this is the two masks you get. So I really love that mask, and I'll be making more. So I'm happy that you could have joined me, And as I said, if you like this video, leave the comment down below, give this video a thumbs up, share it that others can benefit as well. So I will see you guys soon with a next tutorial. I will try to see if I can load up as many short tutorials as possible until I get my part, so you guys can see more into my skills. So I'll see you. Enjoy and have a wonderful day and take care. Bye bye. I love you guys and stay safe. Make your mask and stay safe as usual. Keep yourself safe because we must wear masks, because this virus is a virus. This virus ain't look like it going anywhere now. So for keep yourself safe, make your mask and protect yourself. That's why I decided to make this simple video for you, that you guys can make this mask in any color you wish and any fabric you wish, so you don't have to buy any mask. Go out and make your mask for yourself, because I make it as simple as possible for you. So enjoy and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.